So, our goal is by the end of class on Tuesday, you have your second kind of sculptural arrangement of your forms completely ready to render at the beginning of class on Wednesday. So you can see here I've added a couple of things. I've maybe rotated them around. I've moved things a little bit. I could even come and just like turn around like this and say, okay, well, what's it look like on that side? It doesn't look that interesting. Um, I can reposition it. I can zoom in. I can zoom out. You know, maybe you want to have it really close this time to the picture frame. You could even zoom in like this. I've only put stone, wood, glass, and metal. This is metal on here. I do not have anything in the background because you're going to add that in Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I have my selection tool selected. I'm going to click on the black area so that I can triple check my settings. We want to make sure that we're operating in inches at 300 DPI resolution, and this is 9 inches by 12 inches. Everything looks great, so I'm going to go here, and this time I'm going to put the period number. Let's say I'm in 6th period, so I'll put a 6 with a TH. You might put 2nd, 4th, or 5th. We're going to call this metal, or you could call it wood, whatever the primary material is that you've used. I have more wood in my sculpture, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it on medium. Then I'm going to hit render, and that's going to render my image to the desktop just like yesterday. Once you get that done, you'll open that up, and I'll show you what to do with it in Photoshop. Here's my render file on the desktop. I'm going to actually go ahead and drag it over to the Photoshop icon so it will open up. You can see I chose to zoom in on this one. It kind of gives me a different composition. It gets me kind of up and close to the textures, so that's kind of cool. You'll see here on the layers palette, it's giving me a lot of extra layers, so I don't need some of these. So I'm going to go to the right, and I'm just going to hit my delete key. I'm going to go ahead and turn this one on and off to see if I like that. I think I'm not really so into it, so I'm going to delete that. So I have these two layers here, and I'm going to click on this background layer and go to the new layer button. It's going to make me a new layer. And I want to put something in the background, a gradient. So I'm going to come in here and I want to pick some colors that I see in the image. So I'm going to use this like brown and teal color, or this kind of dark orange and blue-green color, and I'm going to take the gradient tool and I'm just going to draw that in the background and see, you know, where that looks interesting. It's a little bit dark, so I'm going to make this a little bit lighter and see what that looks like. I can come up here on the gradient tool and change it so that it does this kind of thing. I can do this kind of thing. I can do this kind of thing. And I'm going to say I don't like those colors, so I'm going to switch, see if I can find a different color. How about a gray? What's a gray look like? This looks terrible. So I'm going to come over here and pick a light color. I think I'm going to have to go with like just a blue with a kind of like a very light gray. And I'm using this gradient setting so that it kind of creates a white line through it. And then I've got the background color I want and the image here. I need to go to the layers palette, flatten that image. Now, Dimensions saves this as a high resolution image that's not compatible with JPEG. So I need to go up here to the top and go to mode and go down to 8-bit channel. And you can't really tell it's done anything, but it did do some stuff. And I'm going to go here to file, save as. You're going to save this with your period number, either wood, metal, glass, or stone, and your name like this. Change that to the JPEG setting, and then you hit save. find the assignment in Google Classroom. So I'm going to type in Classroom here. And that you're going to turn it into is called Wood, Glass, Metal, Stone. You can see here I've asked you to render the file, open it in Photoshop, make a gradient to the background, flatten your layers, go to Image Mode, 8-bit channel, save it as a JPEG, and name it something like that. So Dr. Hallquist said that you could, if you didn't finish this by Tuesday, you could certainly log into Dimensions and hit render, but there's no class time on Wednesday getting this turned in. You're gonna just hit render and then get this thing done and turned in by the end of the day so that I can grade it. Okay, good luck to you guys. I'll see you in a couple weeks.